Hey folks, I thought I'd talk to you today about cold bluing steel and then also French gray steel. I've had a lot of questions about that. It's pretty simple and straightforward, nothing special to it. And there's a lot of different methods. There's a lot of different cold blues. There's a lot of different ways to do French gray. And I'm just going to show what I have learned. The French gray method I learned from Stuart Williamson, and it's always worked for me. And the cold blue, I've just tried myself here and there and came up with what I like best. Now, cold blue, what I use right now is the Birchwood Black. It says Steel PC9. I was using the regular birchwood that you buy in Walmart and some of that, but this one's a lot better. And there's some other ones out there that work really good, but this is just the one that I've been using. French gray, I use the same cold blue solution. I cold blue it first, then I deactivate the cold blue with a baking soda solution, just a little bit of baking soda in water. And then after that sets a minute or two, this is what Stuart taught me. Take this Mother's Mag and aluminum polish. Now, I think you can pretty much use any kind of a wax. And I put that on that cold blue, and I just start buffing it a little bit. And you can take off the cold blue slowly to a certain shade, which French gray is just kind of a gray look, not a bright shiny look. And anyway, that's how I do the French gray. Now I'm going to just demonstrate the cold blue here. I've got a piece of just blank steel here, and I'm going to clean it up with a scouring pad here just to get some of the dullness off of it. Okay, there we go. And then we're going to take, oh, by the way, you might find these handy. I get these on eBay. They're pretty cheap. They're just little sheepskin wool or wool swabs. They're good for doing your blue work with and your browning. And you can get that whole bag pretty reasonable. Anyway, I just put this in here and kind of mash some of it out of it. And I've cleaned this steel with alcohol also. That's important to clean it real good. Clean it with alcohol, use some steel wool on it, get it nice and shined up. Don't want no rust or anything like that on it. And I just paint this on. And you can see there's different shades there. And you just kind of go back over it until you get it all one shade. Like that there. And you can see how dark that turned it in one coat. Now I usually, what I do from here is I go over to the sink and I rinse it off, and then I'll buff it a little bit with some steel wool. Then I'll get the steel wool off of it real nice with a cloth, and then I'll go over it again. I usually do 3 coats, and that's usually good. But you can see how dark that makes it just with one coat. Now I'm going to rinse this off and get that de-acid. I'm going to dip it in the baking soda and get it deactivated. Then I'm going to tank this blue to a French gray. This just deactivates the acidity of the cold blue. Cold blue is a rusting type treatment of the steel, and the baking soda will keep it from rusting further at the moment. If you get it wet, it'll rust again though. Okay. We've dipped it in the baking soda solution, and we've got it washed off real nice here, dried off. It's still nice and blue. One coat. Okay, now we're going to take this mother's polish in a soft cloth. It don't take much, just a little bit. And like I say, it depends on what shade you want. You just start rubbing this cold blue like that. Now this piece of steel simulates some spurs or a buckle, whatever you want your French gray on. Okay, and we're going to polish it a little bit. And you can see the difference. You've got your normal steel here that hasn't been blued or anything. That's what your spur or your buckle would be before you did any of this. It might be, higher polished than that anyway. But then this has been cold blue, and then some of the bluing taken off with the mothers. And that is a pretty dark French gray, but I kind of like that. It looks pretty nice. Now if you want to take it further, you can see how much bluing I took off of it. But if you want to take it further, you just keep polishing it a little bit. And you can control the shade this way. See there? Now we're a lot lighter. And I would say I wouldn't take it back any more than that because you're going to get it back to what it was. So anyway, that's a real pretty French gray right there. In my mind, that would probably be what I would go with right there. 2 coats of the mother's wax and a little rubbing. Stuart Williamson taught me this. He's a well-respected spur maker, buckle maker, jeweler. He French grays nearly everything. Well, he did at the time, and I always thought his French gray was some of the best. And I called him up one day and asked him how to do it because I had been trying, and he taught me this method. And if it's good enough for Stuart, it's good enough for me. So hey, thanks for tuning in. I'll keep the videos coming. Y'all have been real nice to me, and I've made real progress on YouTube, so I really appreciate it. Hey, like and subscribe to my channel, please, and check out some of my shorts. See y'all later.